Chapter 1. Grandma's birthday party started almost normal. That should have been my first warning sign. Everyone was in the backyard, the food smelled amazing, and nobody had broken anything yet. Aunt Karen only corrected people 5 times about the proper way to set a table, and Uncle Dave was only mildly confused about where he was. Then, mistake number 1 happened. Uncle Dave greeted a random woman and ushered her in, thinking she was Grandma. To be fair, she did look like her if you ignored the fact that she was 20 years younger. The woman sat through half of the party before she hesitantly asked, is this not the Henderson family gathering? Cue absolute panic. Just as we were still processing that disaster, mistake number 2 happened. Ryan, my dear, sweet, idiot brother, decided that carrying Grandma's birthday cake was his moment of glory. He held it like an Olympic torch, walking in slow motion like he was in a sports commercial. Then he tripped. The cake went airborne, but I swear I saw it flip in the air like a trained gymnast before it landed right on Muffin, our dog Muffin, never one to waste food, took this as a personal gift from the universe and bolted, trailing frosting all over the house. And then, mistake number 3. Dad, in his infinite wisdom, thought, hey, why not clean the dog inside the house? So, he grabbed the hose and turned it on full blast water. Everywhere. Grandma, who had just arrived, got completely soaked. The living room turned into a flood zone. Muffin was now a wet, frosting-covered blur of chaos. Lily, my little cousin, took this moment to grab the karaoke mic and start wailing Let It Go at full volume. Then Aunt Karen left the garlic bread in the oven too long. Smoke filled the house. The fire alarm started screeching. Dad panicked so hard that he sprayed water directly into the oven. Ryan, trying to be helpful, grabbed a baking sheet and started fanning the smoke, but instead of directing it toward the window, he knocked over the entire table. Drinks, plates, and a very unfortunate bowl of coleslaw went flying. Then the fire department showed up. The neighbors, used to our nonsense, had called them. They arrived expecting to see an actual fire, only to find a soaked, cake-covered dog running in circles, a very unhappy grandma, standing in a puddle, Uncle Dave, blinking in betrayal at the coleslaw now stuck to his face. Ryan still fanning smoke like an idiot. Lily hitting a high note so bad that one of the firefighters winced. At this point, I just sat down in the middle of the mess, dripping wet, covered in frosting, and turned to my mom. So, this is still better than the road trip. When I was 6, right? She looked at me, sighed deeply, and muttered, I should have run away before having kids. The aftermath, Grandma got a free meal from the fire department as an apology for the disaster. Uncle Dave still swears the coleslaw attacked him on purpose. Lily now thinks she's a future pop star. Muffin had the best day of his life. The oven? May it rest in peace. As for me, I've learned one thing in life: never trust a Lawson family gathering, because with us, chaos is not a possibility, it's a guarantee. Chapter 2. Inches every sibling relationship. There are 2 types of people. 1. The peaceful, mature one who lets things go. Point 2. Me and Ryan. It all started with a banana peel. I woke up feeling refreshed, a rare feeling in this household. Stretching, I yawned and stepped out of my room, and immediately slipped on a banana peel Ryan had strategically placed outside my door. I went down like a fallen tree. Thud. A second of silence, then laughter. Ryan, my 17-year-old menace of a brother, was doubled over, wheezing. You should have seen your face. He was laughing so hard he could barely breathe. MIA, you looked like one of those ragdoll video game characters. I laid there, staring at the ceiling. He wanted war. He'd get war. Ryan's biggest fear? Spiders. My biggest advantage? A very realistic looking fake spider I stole from Lily's toy box. Ryan had just finished his shower when I placed the spider inside his towel. Seconds later, the door slammed open, revealing Ryan in a panic, towel barely staying on, eyes wide with pure terror. It touched Emmy, he screamed. I, standing innocently outside, sipped my juice. Everything okay in there? Ryan glared. I'm going to destroy you. Challenge accepted. The next morning, Ryan casually slid a delicious-looking cream-filled donut onto my plate. Ryan never shares food. Red flag. I took a small bite. It was not cream. It was mayonnaise, pure, unholy mayonnaise. The taste hit my soul before my brain could react. I choked, gagged, and nearly fell out of my chair as Ryan screamed with laughter. Mom sighed. Ryan, stop trying to poison your sister. Dad, reading the newspaper, muttered, at least he's creative this time. I wiped my tongue aggressively with a napkin. This was war that night. While Ryan was brushing his teeth, I sabotaged his bed. I lifted his blankets and placed an entire tray of ice cubes under his sheets. Then, like an evil mastermind, I tucked everything neatly back into place. 5 minutes later, my soul left my body. Ryan practically leaped out of his bed like it was on fire. His limbs flailed as he crashed onto the floor. "Me, I'm gonna kill you." From my room, I cheerfully called back, "Sleep well, loser." Mom, unfazed, yelled, "If you two break anything, you're both grounded." Ryan muttered something about revenge. I smirked. "Bring it." The next morning, everything seemed suspiciously calm. No pranks. No traps. I sat at the kitchen table, watching Ryan with narrowed eyes. He was too relaxed. Then Mom, looking completely innocent, said, "MIA, can you grab the milk from the fridge?" Me, still suspicious. Sure." I opened the fridge. A water balloon exploded in my face. I stood there, soaked, betrayed, humiliated. Ryan collapsed onto the floor, laughing so hard he wheezed, and Mom, she sipped her coffee and said, "That's what you get for putting salt in my tea yesterday." I gasped. "You picked a side?" Mom smirked. "No, sweetheart. I'm the final boss." Ryan and I temporarily united because what happened next was not okay. Dad, our own father, betrayed both of us. See, Dad loves dad jokes. He also loves booby traps. That night, we found out just how evil he could be. Ryan went to brush his teeth and found the toothpaste tube filled with mustard. I went to my room, and my entire bed was covered in bubble wrap. Ryan sat down on the couch, and a whoopee cushion went off loud enough to wake the dead. I opened my closet and got hit with a roll of toilet paper tied to a string. Ryan and I just stood there, dripping in betrayal, while Dad watched from the doorway, grinning. "This," he said proudly, "is called experience." The aftermath. The great prank war ended that night in mutual destruction. Mom was laughing. Dad was too powerful, and Ryan and I, we were forced to unite for a greater cause, revenge on our parents. But that is a battle for another day. For now, we have a truce, until next time, because in this house, chaos never truly ends. Chapter 3. Thanksgiving in the Lawson household is a battlefield. There are 3 rules for survival. 1. Stay out of Mom's way unless you want to be yelled at with a wooden spoon. 2. Avoid sitting too close to Uncle Greg, or he'll tell the same story about how he almost met Beyoncé in 1998. 3. Do not under any circumstances let Dad near the turkey. We broke all 3 rules this year. Thanksgiving morning started with screaming. Mom was already in full disaster mode, waving around a spatula like it was a weapon. "Where is the cinnamon?" she yelled. Ryan, still half asleep, groggily pointed at the counter. "Right there." Mom spun around, slammed the cabinet shut, and growled, "That's nutmeg." Ryan and I exchanged a look. It was going to be a long day. Things really fell apart around 2 p.m. The table was set. The side dishes were ready. Everything was going smoothly. Then Mom turned to Dad. "Honey, bring the turkey out of the oven." Dad froze. Ryan and I noticed it immediately. His eye twitched. His forehead started sweating. Mom's smile disappeared. "Where is the turkey?" she asked slowly. Dad scratched the back of his neck. Funny thing about that, the oven was empty. The turkey was gone." Mom looked one breath away from passing out. "Where is my turkey?" she asked, voice eerily calm. Dad shifted uncomfortably. "Okay, listen, technically, it's not lost." Ryan and I took a step back. Mom's hands were shaking. "Where is it? It may have fallen." "Silence," Ryan whispered. "Oh my God." Mom inhaled sharply. "It may have fallen." Dad held up his hands. "I dropped it, okay? But it's fine." Mom's eye twitched. "Where did it fall?" Dad hesitated. The backyard." And there it was, the once glorious, perfectly golden Thanksgiving turkey, lying in the dirt surrounded by leaves, being sniffed by the neighbor's dog. I nearly collapsed. "Dad. How?" Dad sighed. "Look, I was carrying it to the table, and the platter was slippery," and Ryan groaned. "You yeeted our turkey into the yard." Dad crossed his arms. "First of all, it wasn't a yeet. It was a very controlled, unfortunate drop." Mom, absolutely done with life, grabbed her phone. "I'm ordering pizza." Ryan and I gasped. You can't just quit Thanksgiving. Ryan yelled, watch me. Dad panicked. No. Wait. We can fix this right then. The dog licked the turkey, and that was it. Mom stomped inside, grabbed her purse, and said, I'm getting takeout. No one follow me. Then she left. Ryan and I turned to Dad. You messed up, I whispered. Dad sighed. Yeah, I did. The aftermath that night, we sat at the table, eating Chinese takeout. Grandma shook her head. In all my years, Uncle Greg chuckled. This reminds me of the time I almost met Beyoncé. No, it doesn't. Greg, Mom snapped. Ryan raised his glass. To Dad. The man who lost Thanksgiving. We all clinked our cups, and Dad, he just sighed. Next year, I'm making ham. Chapter 4. Family game night was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be a nice, wholesome bonding experience. Instead, it ended in screaming, betrayal, and near violence. Let me explain. Mom decided we needed quality family time, which in our house meant forced fun under extreme stress. She pulled out Monopoly. Monopoly. A game that has single-handedly destroyed friendships, marriages, and family ties across generations. Ryan and I immediately tried to escape. Ryan, Mom, I have homework. Me, Mom, I have chores to do. Mom, you two don't do chores. She had us cornered. Dad, on the other hand, was too confident. He rubbed his hands together. Finally, a game that rewards my business skills. Mom rolled her eyes. You lost last time because you bought every railroad and had no money left. Dad waved her off. That was a strategic loss. Ryan muttered, yeah, strategic bankruptcy. Mom set up the board. I knew this night would go badly. The second Dad picked the top hat as his token. He had the smug look of a man who was about to commit war crimes. At first, things were normal. I bought Boardwalk. Victory. Ryan bought every utility and laughed like a villain. Suspicious. Mom played safely and saved money. Smart, but boring. Dad, like an absolute lunatic, bought every single property he landed on, immediately went into debt, and started negotiating business deals that made no sense. Concerning. And then, Ryan landed on one of my hotels. Pay up, I said sweetly. Ryan narrowed his eyes. How much? I glanced at the card. $800. Ryan gasped like he'd been stabbed. 800? 4 turn? I nodded. Capitalism, baby. Ryan threw his money at me and hissed, you will regret this. 2 rounds later, the unthinkable happened. Dad, seeing an opportunity for maximum chaos, offered Ryan a secret alliance. I'll sell you all my railroads, Dad whispered, if you help me bankrupt your sister. Ryan's eyes gleamed with pure evil. Done. Traitor. Within minutes, they had a full-on monopoly empire. Ryan raised the rent on his properties. Dad negotiated sketchy deals with Mom. I went bankrupt in 3 rounds. I glared at Ryan. You were my brother. He shrugged. Monopoly destroys all bonds. Mom sighed. I hate this game. Dad, grinning, said, so, who wants to play again? The aftermath. The game ended in disaster. Mom quit and went to drink tea in the kitchen. I swore vengeance against Ryan for the rest of my life. Ryan declared himself king of Monopoly. Dad somehow still lost. Yes, we cleaned up. Mom sighed, next time, we're playing Scrabble. Ryan and I immediately started planning how to cheat at Scrabble because in this house, game night is war. Chapter 5. Every family has a trip they refuse to discuss. For the Lawsons, it was the great road trip disaster of 2013. I was 6 years old, and the events of that trip still haunt me to this day. Let me take you back. It all started when Mom got too inspired by some travel documentary and decided we should take a family road trip. Ryan, who was 12 at the time, groaned, that sounds like actual suffering. Dad, being overly optimistic, said, come on, it'll be great. Bonding. Memories. The open road. It was none of those things. It was chaos, destruction, and tragedy. Mom had very specific rules about packing. Ryan and I, being agents of destruction, ignored all of them. Ryan packed 1 hoodie, his Nintendo DS, an ungodly amount of snacks. I packed 1 stuffed unicorn, a tiara. No clothes. Mom screamed for 40 minutes. In the end, she packed for both of us, which made her stress levels hit the roof before we even left. Dad insisted he didn't need Google Maps. He said, and I quote, I have a great sense of direction. This was a lie. Within an hour, We were completely lost. Mom clenched her fists. We should have been on the highway 20 minutes ago. Dad, relax, I know where I'm going. Ryan, then why are we in front of an abandoned gas station? Oh, this part is why we never talk about this trip. We finally arrived at a hotel hours later than planned, thanks to Dad's great sense of direction. We were exhausted. Mom looked like she wanted to file for divorce. Then, it happened. Little 6-year-old me saw a big red button in the hotel lobby. A shiny, inviting, beautiful red button. So, of course, I did what any 6-year-old would do. I pressed it. And immediately, the fire alarm went off. The chaos that followed: large red circle, loud screeching noises, large red circle, people screaming, large red circle, hotel staff panicking, large red circle. Mom, in pure horror, turned to see me, hand still on the button, looking very guilty. Ryan burst into laughter so hard he fell over. Dad went completely pale. Oh my God. Mom grabbed my shoulders. Why would you do that? Me, I thought it would turn off the lights. Ryan, still dying on the floor. The consequences: we had to apologize to the entire hotel. Pay a fine. Dad was not happy. Listen to Mom swear that we would never go on another road trip again. To this day, Ryan still randomly says, "Hey, remember the time May almost got us arrested?" And I have to relive the shame all over again. The lesson: some families have sweet vacation memories. Ours, we have trauma, and we will never take a road trip again. Chapter 6: School is already hard enough without embarrassing yourself in front of the entire population. Unfortunately, I am MIA Lawson, which means embarrassment isn't just a possibility, it's inevitable. And this time, I broke the school. It all started with PE. Now, nobody actually enjoys PE. But for me, it's a special kind of torture because 1. I have the athletic ability of a potato. 2. My coordination is so bad that my own mother has called me a walking accident. 3. The locker room is my personal hell. And that day, hell got worse. We were in the locker room, getting ready for class. I was minding my business, changing into my gym clothes, when I made a grave mistake. I put my foot into my pants too aggressively. My foot got caught. I lost balance. And then, I fell hard, directly into a row of lockers. The crash was so loud that people screamed. For a solid 5 seconds, no one moved. Then someone yelled, "She broke it." I looked up, and that's when I realized. The locker I crashed into, completely dented. The entire row shifted. The door to one locker was hanging off its hinges, and worst of all, a senior named Heather McQueen, aka the scariest girl in school, stood right next to me, staring at her now destroyed locker. Heather was the kind of girl who never smiled, wore all black, once made a guy transfer schools just by looking at him. She turned to me slowly with murder in her eyes. I tried to speak. So. Funny story. Heather took a deep breath, then the fire alarm went off. Screaming, running, everyone freaked out, and me? I was still on the floor, wondering how I got here. The gym teacher burst in. Who set off the fire alarm? I had no idea, until I saw my fall had hit the emergency alarm button on the wall. That's right, for the second time in my life, I had accidentally triggered a fire alarm. The consequences: we had to evacuate the school. The principal looked ready to quit. Heather McQueen is probably still plotting my death. Ryan, when he heard, laughed so hard he cried, and now, I am officially that kid. The kid who broke the school and set off the alarm. So yeah, I'm never showing my face again. Chapter 7. There are 2 types of family visits. Point 1. The short, sweet kind where everyone behaves. Point 2. The absolute nightmare kind where chaos reigns, kids scream, and someone almost gets arrested. Take a wild guess which kind we had. Mom's phone rang early in the morning. I was half asleep when I heard her gasp. Then she yelled, "Everyone get UP. Your aunt and cousins are coming over." Ryan, still face down in his pillow, mumbled, "How long do we have?" Mom's voice was grim. 15 minutes. Ryan and I immediately went into panic mode. Mom turned into a dictator. I was thrown a mop. Wipe everything that looks dirty. Ryan was thrown a trash bag. If it's on the floor, throw it away. Dad disappeared, pretending to be busy. Classic. By the time the doorbell rang, we looked like survivors of a hurricane, but the house looked normal. We had done it. Or so we thought. Enter my cousin Benny, age 3. Personality, tiny menace. Hobbies, breaking things. Within minutes of arriving, he had white heavy checkmark, knocked over a lamp. White heavy checkmark dumped his juice on the couch. White heavy checkmark stolen Ryan's phone and hidden it somewhere in the house. Ryan whispered to me, "I will give you $10 to babysit him." I whispered back, "Not enough." 5 minutes later, Benny escaped to the backyard. He tried to ride our dog like a horse. The dog was not happy. Mom screamed, Benny screamed, the dog screamed. Okay, he barked, but same thing. I grabbed Benny before he could launch himself into further chaos. This was only our one. Mom and Aunt Linda decided to cook a big family meal together. This sounds sweet, right? It wasn't. It was a competitive sport. Within minutes, it turned into who can make the best sauce? Mom versus Aunt Linda. Who can chop onions faster? Dad tried to join, failed immediately. Why is something burning? Me and Ryan were in charge of watching the oven. We failed. The fire alarm almost went off again. Mom yelled at Ryan and me to leave the kitchen. We didn't argue. Since dinner was still a war zone, we all sat down for a nice, friendly game of Uno. Except in our family, Uno is not friendly. Ryan cheated. Aunt Linda challenged every move. Uncle Mike dropped a +4 on Mom, and she glared at him like he betrayed her. Grandma won. No one even knows how. Dinner was finally ready, but by then, we were all too emotionally damaged to eat. After 5 hours of pure madness, they finally left. Or, at least, they tried to because, fun fact, in our family, leaving takes another hour. Step 1. Say goodbye at the door. Step 2. Walk outside and talk for another 30 minutes. Step 3. More goodbye hugs. Step 4. Mom remembers something she needs to tell Aunt Linda. Step 5. More talking. Step 6. They finally get in the car, and then Aunt Linda rolls down the window to say one more thing. I almost passed out from exhaustion. By the time they were really gone, Ryan turned to me and said, "Never again." I nodded. Never again. Until next time. Chapter 8. There are 3 simple rules when going to the mall with my family. 1. Don't get separated. We will never find you again. 2. Don't let Dad hold the shopping cart. He will run people over. 3. Don't make direct eye contact with Ryan. He will challenge you to a ridiculous dare. Unfortunately, we broke all 3 rules. Mom wanted to go to the mall for a quick trip. This was in our family. A quick trip means at least 5 hours, 7 arguments, and an incident that almost gets us banned, but we had no choice. Mom dragged me, Ryan, and Dad along because, apparently, she didn't trust us to be alone in the house. Fair, but still rude. As soon as we entered, Dad grabbed a cart. Mom sighed. "Please don't hit anyone with it." Dad scoffed. "When have I ever?" Crash. Dad had already hit a display of chips. An employee glared at us. Mom sighed again. "This is why I can't take you anywhere." We had barely started shopping when Ryan nudged me. "Ryan, I dare you to ride in the shopping cart." Me, "No Ryan, I double dare you." Me, "I'm not 5. Ryan, triple dog dare. Well, I couldn't just ignore a triple dog dare so naturally. I climbed into the cart. Dad thought this was hilarious. Mom did not. Mom, put her down. Dad, I can't hear you, we're moving too fast. Dad pushed the cart full speed down the aisle. Ryan was laughing so hard he almost died. Mom was chasing us, and then, a security guard appeared. The security guard showed out. Security guard, you can't let your daughter ride in the cart. Mom, trust me, I don't let them do anything. Dad, technically, she's not my daughter. Me, Dad. Ryan, ha 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 ha. The security guard gave up after that and just walked away. Mom confiscated the cart. The changing room disaster. After an hour of shopping, aka Mom staring at sweaters, we got to the changing rooms. Mom, go try this on. Me, I hate it. Mom, you haven't tried it on. Me, I can feel the hate in my soul. She made me go in anyway. That's when Ryan struck again. While I was in the changing room, he slid a note under the door. It said, "There is a spider in there. Good luck." Naturally, I screamed. A worker came over, asking if I was okay. Meanwhile, Ryan was dying of laughter. Mom was ready to disown us both. The final disaster, the escalator incident. We were finally leaving, when Ryan decided to do one last stupid thing. He said, "I bet I can run up the down escalator." I said, "You're gonna get kicked out." He said, "I live for the thrill." Ryan took off. Dad, for some reason, yelled, "Go son, Gio." Ryan made it halfway up, then, he tripped. He rolled all the way down. A kid watching said, "Whoa, is he dead?" Mom covered her face in shame. The security guard from earlier appeared again. Security guard, you again? Mom, I don't know them. The aftermath, Ryan survived, barely. Mom grounded us for being public menaces. Dad said it was the best mall trip ever. We are possibly banned from returning, but you know what? Totally worth it. Chapter 9. Weddings are supposed to be elegant, classy, and beautiful. Unless my family is invited, then it's a comedy show with a side of potential lawsuits. The invitation of Doom Aunt Carol was getting married, which meant one thing: Mom went full crazy mode. She started planning our outfits, our behavior, and even what we were allowed to say. Mom, I swear, if A and Y of you embarrass me at this wedding, I will disown you. Ryan, define embarrass. Mom, you. Dad, meanwhile, was 100% here for chaos. Dad, what if we started a food fight? Mom, don't encourage them. Spoiler alert, we absolutely embarrassed her. Step 1, arriving in style, or not. We were supposed to arrive early and behave, but instead we got lost. Dad refused to use GPS. Ryan spilled juice on his suit. Before we even got out of the car, Mom had a breakdown. By the time we arrived, the wedding was about to start. And of course, Ryan sneezed so loud during the vows that the bride jumped. The priest actually stopped and went, "Bless you?" Ryan just grinned. "Thanks." Mom looked ready to commit murder. Step 2, the cake incident. After the vows, we made it to the reception. That's where the real disaster happened. It all started innocently enough. Ryan and I saw the wedding cake and agreed to behave, but then Ryan said, "Bet you won't stick your finger in the frosting." Obviously, I said, "Bet I will." And that's how I accidentally smudged the wedding cake. It wasn't that bad, until Ryan panicked and tried to fix it, which resulted in more smudges, which resulted in Dad laughing, which resulted in Mom noticing, which resulted in Mom's death glare. I thought we were safe, until the cake started leaning. The cake started leaning. Ryan and I backed away slowly. Then, like a scene from a movie, it tipped right into the wedding DJ. Step 3, running for our lives, screaming chaos. The DJ covered in frosting. Mom grabbed my arm. Mom, what did you do? Me, I was set up. Ryan, ha 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 ha. The bride cried. The DJ quit. The cake was dead. Dad stole some frosting and said it was still good. Mom had never been so embarrassed in her life. She made us leave early, and now, we are banned from family weddings forever. Chapter 10. When Mom said we were going to a fancy event, I knew 3 things for sure. 1, Ryan was going to do something stupid. Point 2, Dad was going to encourage it. Point 3, I was going to suffer, and I was absolutely right. Mom gathered us in the living room for a serious talk. Mom, this is a very important event. No chaos. No disasters. No Ryan, no fun. Mom, exactly. She made us repeat after her. Mom, we will be on our best behavior. Me, we will be on our best behavior. Ryan, we will do what we can. Mom, that's not the same thing. Then she looked Dad dead in the eye. Mom, you say it. Dad, no promises. Mom took a deep breath like she was questioning her life choices. We had one mission. Behave. We failed immediately. The event was at a fancy hotel, so we had to dress up. Mom forced Ryan into a suit, which he hated. Ryan, I look like a butler. Mom, you look decent for once. Ryan, ouch. Then there was Dad. Dad was supposed to wear a normal black suit. Instead, he showed up in a bright purple tie. Mom, what is that? Dad, a tie. Mom, why purple? Dad, it's a power move. We arrived at the fancy hotel, and within 5 minutes, disaster struck. The moment we walked in, Ryan tripped on the carpet. He grabbed me to stop himself. I grabbed a tablecloth. The tablecloth grabbed everything on the table. Crash. Plates, glasses, food, all gone. The entire room turned to stare at us. Mom looked like she wanted to vanish from existence. Ryan, well, that happened. Me, let's run. Mom, you will stay right here. We found our table and sat down, but Mom was still furious. Mom, do not touch anything else. Dad, eating breadsticks, you got it. Then Ryan noticed something. Ryan, why is everyone so fancy? Me, because it's a fancy event, genius. Ryan, yeah, but look at them. They look expensive. He was right. These were super rich, important people. People who probably didn't find falling tables funny. Ryan, of course, wanted to mess with them. Ryan, bet I can get one of them to laugh. Me, bet you can get us kicked out. Everything was almost going fine. Then the waiter brought soup. A normal person would just eat it, but Ryan, Ryan decided to blow on his spoon too hard. His soup flew off the spoon and hit a lady in a $1 million dress. She gasped so dramatically you'd think she got stabbed. Ryan just sat there like, well, this is awkward. At this point, Mom was trying to pretend we didn't exist, but then, it was time for speeches. A waiter walked by, holding a tray of glasses filled with champagne. And of course, in the most Ryan thing to ever happen, he accidentally knocked the entire tray over. The tray? Crash the glasses. Smash the room. Silence, Dad, clapped Mom, looked like she needed therapy. The host of the event stared at us in horror. Mom stood up, grabbed her purse, and said, "We're leaving. Now." The aftermath: we were forced to apologize to everyone. Mom refused to speak to us the whole way home. Ryan said it was the best night of his life. Dad still thinks his purple tie was a power move. We are officially banned from fancy events. Was it embarrassing? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Chapter 11. Mom decided we needed quality family bonding time, which was code for suffering embarrassing public moments. Dad making everything worse. Mom, we are spending the day together, and we are going to have fun. Ryan, that sounds like a threat. Mom, it is. Mom made us vote on what we would do. The options: 1. A museum trip. Boring. 2. A picnic. Risky. 3. A pottery class. Disaster waiting to happen. Ryan, pottery class. Let's get our hands dirty. Me, picnic sounds safe. Dad, I vote laser tag. Mom, that's not an option. So, naturally, we ended up at a pottery class. A huge mistake. The pottery instructor was super excited. Instructor, pottery is all about patience and love. Ryan, cool. What if we make a bowl shaped like a toilet? Mom, you will not. She was so determined for us to take this seriously, which meant, of course, we did the opposite. Dad, look, mine is a masterpiece. His masterpiece? A giant, lumpy mess that looked like a crushed potato. Ryan, Mom, look, I made a new bowl for our kitchen. Ryan's bowl was a flat circle. Mom was losing her mind. Mom, act normal for once. Then it was my turn. I actually tried to make a vase, and it was going okay, until Ryan poked me, which made my hand slip, which made the vase collapse, which made me accidentally fling wet clay, which hit a random lady in the face. Lady, excuse me? I wanted to disappear. Ryan was crying from laughter. Mom looked ready to move to another country. After the pottery disaster, Mom decided a picnic would be safer. It wasn't first. We tried to set up the blanket. Ryan somehow got tangled in it. Then, the food: Mom made fancy sandwiches. Ryan brought a bag of spicy chips. Dad smuggled an entire pizza into the picnic. Mom, where did you get that? Dad, I have my ways. Everything was almost peaceful until Abby showed up. Ryan, oh no. Me, nobody move. Dad, it won't bother us if we don't bother. Ryan slapped the air, which made the bee angry, which made Emmy scream, which made Mom panic, which made Dad laugh, which made Ryan run in circles, waving his arms, which made the bee chase him, which ended with Ryan tripping over the blanket, the picnic basket flipping over, the food landing in the grass, Mom throwing a shoe at the bee, and that's how we lost our picnic to one angry bee. Mom was so done at this point. Mom, we are getting ice cream and going home. We went to an ice cream shop nearby. Mom ordered a simple vanilla cone. Ryan, naturally, ordered the biggest, most ridiculous sundae on the menu. Ryan, go big or go home. I got a nice chocolate scoop. Dad got 4 flavors stacked in a waffle cone, and then as we were leaving, Dad's ice cream fell, like, the entire scoop just plopped on the sidewalk. Silence. Dad stared at it like he just lost a loved one. Ryan wheezed so hard he fell against the wall. Me cackled. Mom walked away like she didn't know us. Dad, dramatically, it wasn't supposed to end like this. Ryan, RIP to the fallen soldier. The aftermath: we are no longer allowed to do bonding activities. Mom has lost all hope. Ryan has named the bee Fred and swears it had a personal vendetta. Dad still mourns his ice cream. Mom, I give up. Ryan, does this mean we can do laser tag next time? Mom, I am not speaking to you. Mission: family bonding, failed. Chapter 12. Mom made another terrible mistake. She let Ryan cook dinner. Now, normally, this would never happen, but Mom was busy, Dad was at work, and I was minding my business when Ryan said the 4 words that sent chills down my spine: I'll make dinner tonight. Me, I'd rather starve. Ryan, I'm actually a great chef. Me, The last time you used the toaster, we lost power for 2 hours. Ryan, that was a learning experience. Mom, unfortunately, was too tired to argue. Mom, fine. But no disasters. We failed immediately. Ryan refused to make something simple. Mom suggested pasta. Ryan? Laughed Ryan. No, no, no. I am going to make a gourmet meal. Me, you don't even know how to spell gourmet. Ryan, yes, I do. Gourmet. Mom, you have exactly 1 hour before I regret my life choices. Ryan chose to make steak, mashed potatoes, and roasted vegetables. You'd think that would be easy. You'd be wrong. Ryan started with the steak. He turned the heat all the way. You peed at me, dude. That's too high. Ryan, I know what I'm doing. He did not. The pan started smoking almost immediately. Ryan, that's normal, right? Me, not that much smoke. Then the fire alarm went off. Beep. 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 Mom, from upstairs. What did you do? Ryan, nothing. Everything is fine. Everything was not fine. I opened the window. Ryan grabbed a towel and started fanning the smoke. Mom rushed downstairs like a warrior charging into battle. Mom, why is the kitchen full of smoke? Ryan, flavored air. Mom, stairs. Mom, turn the stove off. After we survived the steak incident, Ryan moved on to the mashed potatoes. Ryan, mashed potatoes are easy. Me, then why do you look confused? Ryan, because, do you mash them first or cook them first? Me, Ryan, refusing to listen, threw whole, raw potatoes into the pot. Mom, did you even peel them? Ryan, extra fiber. 15 minutes later, Ryan stabbed a potato with a fork. It bounced back. Mom, why is it still hard? Ryan, maybe they need more water. Then he added too much water. Now it was potato soup. Me, I refuse to eat this. Mom, you're both eating it. Ryan, eche. Ryan decided to roast vegetables in the oven, which sounds safe until he forgot one crucial detail. He used a glass dish. On broil. Me, are you sure you're supposed to do that? Ryan, of course. Heat makes it cook faster. 5 minutes later, crack, the dish shattered. Inside the oven. Mom lost her mind. Mom, out. Both of you. Out. Ryan, technically, that wasn't my fault. Mom, it absolutely was. The aftermath: the steak. Burnt, the mashed potatoes. Water, the vegetables. Gone forever, the oven. May need a funeral. Mom, done with life. Mom, I don't want to see either of you for the next hour. Ryan, we still need to eat though. Mom called for pizza. Ryan, does this mean I'm a chef now? Me, you're a menace. Conclusion: Ryan is officially banned from cooking forever. Chapter 13. Every few years, Mom gets a ridiculous idea. This time, a professional family photo shoot. Mom, it'll be fun. Ryan, so we're jumping off a cliff. Mom, you are doing this, Ryan. She made appointments. She chose outfits. She sent threatening texts. Mom, if anyone ruins this, I will ruin you. Ryan and I immediately made eye contact. This was going to be a disaster. Step 1. The outfit war. Mom picked matching clothes. She handed me a white dress. She handed Ryan a button-up and khakis. Ryan, I refuse. Mom, you will wear this and smile. Ryan, this feels like a hostage situation. Dad walked in, took one look at us, and burst out laughing. Dad, you two look adorable. Ryan, you say that now, but your outfit is next. Mom handed Dad a white polo. Dad, instant regret. Step 2. The car ride from hell. On the way to the studio, Ryan wouldn't stop complaining. I was already done with life. Mom was losing patience. Mom, we are a happy family. Act like it. Ryan, I feel like I'm being kidnapped. Mom, good. Dad, trying to be helpful. Think of it as making memories. Ryan, yeah. Terrible ones. Mom, I will turn this car around. Step 3. The studio chaos. We arrived at the fancy photo studio. The photographer was overly excited. Photographer, we're going to capture your love as a family. Ryan, what if we don't have any? Mom pinched him. Photographer, let's start with the classic family pose. We stood in position. Ryan stepped on my dress. I elbowed him in revenge. Dad sneezed. Mom looked ready to commit a crime. Photographer, okay, let's try again. Second attempt. Ryan made a weird face during the shot. Photographer, why are you like this? Mom, I ask myself this every day. Step 4. The fun shots. Huge mistake. The photographer suggested fun poses. Biggest mistake of her life. Photographer, let's try a piggyback pose. Ryan immediately jumped on Dad's back. Dad, get off me, you giant child. Photographer, okay. Maybe, let's do a hugging shot. Ryan tried to put me in a headlock instead. Mom, let go of your sister. Photographer, let's go back to normal. Step 5. The ultimate disaster. Everything was almost fine until Ryan saw the props. There were hats. There were feather boas and there was a giant fake mustache. Ryan, I need this. Before anyone could stop him, Ryan slapped it on his face in the middle of a serious family portrait. Photographer snapped the picture. Mom screamed. Dad laughed so hard he almost fell. Me collapsed. Ryan, new profile pic. Mom, I give up. The aftermath. Mom has sworn never to do another family photo shoot. Ryan keeps the mustache picture as blackmail. Dad still laughs whenever he sees it. One of the normal pictures actually came out nice. Mom, at least we got one good shot. Ryan, yeah, but the mustache one is legendary. Mission, family portrait, failed. 1 week later. Mom, Christmas photos this year? Ryan and I, absolutely not. Epilogue. The legend of the mustache photo. It's been 6 months since the family photoshoot disaster, and somehow, the trauma still lingers. Mom refuses to bring up family pictures. Ever. Dad laughs every time he walks past the framed good picture in the living room. Ryan, he has become a menace. The mustache photo? His greatest weapon. The many uses of the mustache photo. Ryan has found too many ways to use the worst picture in existence. Point 1. As his phone wallpaper. Oh, I once borrowed his phone to check something. Oh, I opened it to see a giant, mustachioed Ryan grinning like a lunatic. Oh, I threw his phone across the room. Oh, Ryan, that's on you. Buy me a new one. 2. As Mom's birthday card. Oh, Ryan printed it out. Oh, he wrote, to the best mother ever, from your most photogenic child. Oh, Mom almost disowned him. Point 3. As a Christmas prank. Oh, when Mom finally recovered enough to attempt Christmas decorations, she made the mistake of hanging our normal family portrait on the wall. Oh, Ryan replaced it with the mustache photo. Oh, the worst part? No one noticed for 3 days. The return of family photos. It was March when Mom made a shocking announcement. Mom, we're doing another family photo shoot. The entire house went silent. Ryan, have you lost your mind? Dad, I thought we agreed never again. Me, Mom. You swore. Mom, listen. We will do this properly. There will be no disasters. Ryan, then I'm not going. Mom, yes, you are. The plan to escape. Ryan and I knew we had to do something. Option 1, fake an illness. Ryan, I could pretend to have the flu. Me, no. Mom has medical grade mom instincts. She'll know. Option 2, sabotage. Ryan, we could accidentally schedule something that day. Me, like what? Ryan, a trip to Mars? Option 3, acceptance. Me, we could just go and behave. Ryan looked at me like I had betrayed the entire family. Ryan, who even are you? The unthinkable happens. As the photo shoot date approached, something miraculous happened. Dad stepped in. Dad, actually, honey, I think we should wait on the photo shoot. Mom, why? Dad, because we still have the perfect picture from last time. And then Dad held up the mustache photo. Ryan, Dad, you're a hero. Me, sobbing. We won. Mom, I hate this family. But in the end, she sighed. She gave up, and we were free. Final notes on family insanity. The mustache photo remains legendary. Mom is still traumatized. Ryan is more powerful than ever. Dad is officially on our side. The next time Mom suggests family pictures, we will be ready. Mission, avoid another photo shoot. Success.